Hey, here we are. It's Thursday. It's almost Friday, the end of the week. It's hard to know how I even got here sometimes, but pleasure to be here. Sometimes the weeks just fly by. I've been talking a lot lately about the relationship your child has with their teachers. I've been talking about the perfect gift idea with teachers. Today, of course, going to talk about teachers, but this time it's all about you and your relationship with that person, maybe those 5 or 6 people that your child sees on a daily basis. Face it, folks, they are spending the majority of their day with these people. So it behooves you to have that personal relationship with these people. They are your team. They are your child's team. You think back to your own experience in school, who are those teachers that stand out in your mind? It was that personal relationship that you had with them. It was going above and beyond what they did for you in the classroom, taking a personal interest in who you were. How do you think that happens? It doesn't happen by accident. There has to be that personal connection. What is it that is going to allow you to form that bond of friendship with that person? Now, you're going against the grain, and by that I mean education traditionally is not set up to bridge that barrier, to have the crossover between teacher and parent, to really move beyond Mrs. Appleby, right? That's the stereotypical teacher. Didn't even have a first name. The first name was Mrs., middle name period, last name Appleby. Didn't ever went beyond that. You never even knew if this person had a first name. For all you knew, they were there in the morning, they were there at night, probably lived at the school. They didn't even have a home of their own, right? They were there, and it was the icon. It was the teacher. So there really wasn't any relationship beyond showing up there, and there was Mrs. Appleby. She's up on the stage, what have you. We've got to break that barrier. We've got to break through that stereotype. We've got to do something different right now between parents and teachers if we're really hoping to build a relationship. You've got to know these people on a personal level. The only way that's going to happen is by taking a personal interest in who these people are. You got to find out what they do beyond the classroom, right? You've got to find out what the personal interests are. What is it that they are actively passionate about besides teaching? Now you've got the basis of a relationship. Now you've got a friendship. And why am I stressing this? Why am I stressing this again? Because these people have such an impact on your child's life and in the future, at least equal to what you're doing with your child. So you've got to really work on this, folks. You've got to put some serious effort into this. And if you want to start with an email, if you want to start with a phone call, fine, start there. But at some point, you've got to get out there, put your hand out and say, hello, I am, pleasure to meet you. If the first time you see your teachers is at the conference, that's too late, right? That is way too late. You've got to get in there right now, sit down, have a conversation, bring it to a personal level. Introduce yourself by your first name, right? In your child, 3rd period math class. But get on that first name basis, start to work on that friendship. Of course, I can't stress it enough, but I can tell you from my own experience as a parent and as a teacher, I've been able to play both sides of this relationship. It's all the better. It's all the better when you have that personal relationship. You can talk about the difficult things much more easily you can when you have a friendship there than when you're worlds apart. So you've got to build that. And then, of course, everything is better beyond that when you have the personal friendship. So how are you going to get started? If you haven't already, you've got to send that email, you've got to call and leave the voicemail, and then arrange for something. A quick 5 minutes just to get to know you. Sit down and say hello. Share a couple things that maybe they don't know about your child. Those are the 3 things that I need you to work on: the email, the phone call, and setting up that 5 minutes. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. I hope that you feel inspired. Get out there, meet these people, and build a relationship.